Welcome back to the Zmonster Channel. Yeah, it's a little icky outside, just a little bit, but it's also beautiful. It's getting a little bit later in the day here. It's a little after 6 o'clock in the evening. And yes, I need to weed whack, I know. We're doing a garden update video today, not a yard cleanup. We got some starter plants here. As you can see, we got some pepper plants. We're thinking if we don't plant these in the garden, then we're going to maybe just sell the plants out at the flea market, because you know there's other people that don't have the time to start plants. As you can see, we've got stuff growing. It's growing and growing out. It's growing so much. But most of that's going to be some squash and stuff. But we're going to get in here and we're going to do the checker out like we always do. So over here we've got all kinds of squashes, and we've got let me get in here and show you. There's some squashes started growing in there, and squashes over here, and we're going to get in here and show you some more. There may be pumpkins and squashes, and there's some more babies in there. As you can see, this whole area is pretty much covered with greenage from different squashes and things. So we're going to go, and you can see there is some different color leaves in here. That's a different squash, and we're just letting them grow wild out here, because that's what they do. They grow wherever that makes them happy. So we've got these over here, and then over here we got the old zucchinis growing in there. Yep, got those growing. More squashes, more squashes. Looks like the watermelon over here. I got to be careful because I'm in flip-flops doing this, and you know the snakes love this particular area. But let's do this. Let's show you our grapes. These are supposed to be the seedless grapes, and they're in there. There's some seedless grapes. You can see all the leaves that are getting eaten up because they get all these icky beetles all over them, and they just eat the leaves, and they kill the leaves. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. Especially when they're on me. They just eat them, eat them, eat them. Horrible, horrible bugs. Can't get rid of them. They're everywhere. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, these are the seedless and the seedless. These are the seeded or muscadine grapes over here, and they are eating all the leaves over here. But we do have lots of grape clusters growing on this one. This one's the purple or reddish grapes, and you can see all the leaves. They're just tore up here, so there's no protection of the grapes. This one here is the green muscadines, and we have them in here too, along with all the bugs, and they're killing. They're killing everything up here. Yeah. I just knocked them off and they just got all over me. So, moving right along. All right, this is our fig tree, and it's starting to grow back up in the upwardly direction instead of into the fence, hopefully. But we got a couple branches we'll have to get off of there. But we're hoping it comes back nice. We'll see. On the other side over here, we've got our blueberries, and you can see there is blueberries on them. Yay, blueberries on there. Over here we had some other wild blueberries. We were starting some plants, but they are not making it, I don't think. But my wife is hopeful that they're still going to make it. So we'll see. Lemongrass keeps some critters away. We should put the lemongrass over by the grapes to keep those critters away. Let me go back over here to these boxes here. Oh, also want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers we have. Had a couple people from our church that actually started following our channel, so we appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoy it. Asparagus, yay, asparagus. The 4th or 5th year of the asparagus plants being in the ground here, and you can see asparagus will get pretty stinking big if you don't watch it. So my wife will probably come and get that one and eat it. But yeah, it gets in there and grows up pretty good. No, you can't eat the little berries. And these are beans. here that she's been picking through. Let me see if we can see one on there. You can see there's some peas on there still, little pods, but they're almost done producing. And we had some in here too. Now all that's left in here is these strawberry bushes, and they look nice. They're nice, big, green, big leaves, which is always good things. We got some flowers growing on some in here. We had some berries on some. I think I had 2 berries for the year. But originally I built this box and this box to have all strawberries in there. But as you can see, my wife keeps taking it over with other stuff. But I did get strawberries back in this one this year. So I'm looking. I see something red down there. And yes, there they are. Let me grab that bad boy off of there. Why? Because that's what we're growing. We're growing us some strawberries. And yeah, we eat them right off the vine. There's some more red ones in there. Strawberries. It's always fun, especially if you have kids grow strawberries. They can come pick them right off the bushes and eat them. These are carrots. They are happy, and we thin them down every once in a while. You can tell they're carrots because if you look at the base, you see the carrots starting to come out of the ground. That's when we need to know you got to add more soil in there, or you got to transplant them somewhere else. Gonna go over here, show you the blueberries closer. Blueberries, and blueberries all over there. Yeah, they're good for breakfast, just in case you're wondering. And over here, we've got more stuff. Got different radishes and different Asian things, but you can see all the beetles things are eating these leaves too. We hate them. Look at all these beetles. And that's how you temporarily get rid of them, and you vent. So some purple onions here. Onions. You can see they get pretty big over here. Start to grow out of the ground, but we're waiting for these to go to seed. Here's the fennel. And we got the peppers in between all the garlic. So you see the garlic and then peppers. So all the bigger leafy things are all bell pepper plants. So we've got all this area now filled in, bell pepper starter plants filled in there nicely. Then we've got our besides bell peppers, we have jalapeno peppers. So this one here is going to be a jalapeno plant. And then we've got another squash plant in there. Yay! And we got some other larger ones in here. You can't even see all the stuff in here. Got some kale. We got more jalapenos. Wait, I see a jalapeno. There is a jalapeno right there. So I wasn't lying. Another jalapeno plant. Another jalapeno plant. Another jalapeno plant. And another jalapeno plant inside the basket. I don't know if you can see it there. There's one there, and then there's one there, and then there's squash in between there. Which I told my wife not to do because I thought it was going to choke them out, and it pretty much is. It's taking it over. You can see we got some nice cabbages growing in here too, though. Yay! We do love the cabbage. We're waiting for this thing to finish seeding out. But in the meantime, you can see this big old squash growing up the fence. So squashes will actually grow on the fence, and then they get too heavy and they snap off and fall to the ground before their time. Also in here, besides all the onions and bell peppers that are growing through here, these are potatoes, which we have to pull out now because they're starting to get a little mushy and mildewed because of all the excessive rain that we've had. So we are in the processes of digging those up to get some taters. And don't want to miss a tomato. We got this tomato bush over here, and yes, there are tomatoes growing on there. Tomato babies. Yes, and it's looking a little wilty right now, but we have had a lot of heat right after a lot of rain, so that kind of does that. Then we've got the purple hulled peas here, but they're not purple black-eyed peas. They're regular green peas, so when you cook them, they actually turn green, even though they're purple now. And we have all these ones here are the same things. They're purple hold ones, and you just wait till they grow and just snap off the peas and enjoy. These were all potatoes over here. We got sunflowers growing over there. These are the tomatoes. We put the tomatoes on this side of the garden this time to see if they would be happier along this edge. We try them in different directions every season, so sometimes we'll run them the lengthwise, sometimes crosswise. This is one of the crossways, and we're putting them along the fence here so that we have actually somewhere to strap them to, also to hold them up better. But as you can see, these are Romas, and we got some nice beefsteak ones here. We got some littler cherry tomato size ones here, just regular tomatoes. The Romas are the ones we like the best, make the best salsas, so we do have more of those in here than any other ones. But yeah, there's a nice little red one. He's getting there, almost ready to be picked. But we do have to come out here and when they're producing like this, and check them to make sure that the caterpillar worms are not getting in there and trying to kill them. But you can see these are really heavy to where we actually had to string it up there to hold it. So yeah, and this plant here, a lot of tomatoes, and they're, you know, they're pretty good size now, but they have to turn red. Can't eat them like that, unfortunately. But then these are sunflowers we planted this year. My wife thought these were the really humongousy ones that grow really big and you get, you know, the centers become sunflower seeds. Apparently not, because that's what they're looking like. But they're sunflowers. They're just not sunflower seed sunflowers, unless these fall off and they grow into sunflower seeds in there. But the sunflowers that I've had in the past have been a lot taller plants than these. And yeah, these are only like 3.5, 4. Get all these icky bugs off of there. This one's going to open up soon. That one's going to open up soon, hopefully. It's looking like it wants to. This one over here is opened up. Seems like she's kind of happy right there. That one's going to be opening soon. But yeah, she wanted to plant those where she took the potatoes out the first time. We gave some of these potatoes away to some people at church and to some family. So the rest, we're going to be digging up some more potatoes in here. And my wife has already started, so let me show you a couple in here. This is what she's just picked out today. So I guess we got some of the white or golden potatoes, as they are. And yeah, I guess we're going to be having some fried potatoes or some french fries. I doubt that. She doesn't want me to eat french fries. She says they're poison. So yeah, she'll probably just cook them some other way. And we do have some red ones in there, and they get a little bit bigger than this sometimes, but the red ones do stay fairly small, and they are really good. You grill those up with some olive oil and some pepper and garlic. Oh, so good. And that will do it for over here. Yes, one last area. We got our lettuce fields over here. We got another zucchini squash plant in here, and it has a zucchini. There's one in the middle there that's growing, that I can see it. Don't know if you guys can see it from that side, but it's in there. We've got all these other peppers. They're bell peppers. And all of these here are all baby bell peppers, and these are the ones we're transplanting into the other cups. And we're also taking these and planting them in all the spots in between all of these garlics that you see here. So you see a garlic and a garlic, so in between there we'll probably be planting more bell peppers. And in between there we also do have more purple onions growing throughout in here. This is just kind of the starter area, and then we dig it out and move it somewhere else. We also do have the perilla leaf plant that just came back all by itself, so we're going to keep it, apparently. And yeah, I believe, yeah, this is probably one of the older bell peppers here. It is starting to get some little flower buds on there, so hopefully the bees come and do their biz, so we'll have some of those soon. But yeah, that is our garden update for right now. As of where are we at? We're in the middle of June of 2020, near the end of the Chinese virus lockdown stuff. But yeah, there's no reason we can't enjoy the wonder of what God has blessed us with out here. It is, like I said, a nice, beautiful day out here in South Carolina. Other than the mosquitoes, it's really beautiful. But oh, I guess we're gonna see some carrots. Getting some carrots pulled. So yeah, let's check out some carrots. We got carrots. No, they're not super big. These aren't supposed to. These are not the ones that are the really big, humongousy juicing type of ones. These are ones that we actually use and cook and eat in meals. Then you can see outside the fence we have more plants. Those are the other fig trees out there. But we have the dewberry that is growing in from the wilderness, coming in here, trying to take over. We have tried to find some people who have bush hogs so that they can knock down all this outer weeds that are coming in here so that we can get them out of there. But the dewberry just keeps growing in here. So we've got to get that whole area knocked down over here. And every time we get somebody to come out here and look at it, they just tell us they don't have the equipment to do it. And yeah, I don't know. It's not a cost thing because we have the money to pay to somebody to do it. They just don't want to come out to do it. Like I said, they tell us so they don't have the equipment. I don't believe that. I've seen some real heavy-duty equipment out in this area. I think we just have a bunch of lazy people. Myself, if I knew how to drive a tractor, I'd probably go rent one and get it. Anyway, but with the dewberries, we get the wild blackberries, which are really good. Unfortunately, the snakes also like it because of where it's at here. But, you know, you can see we've got, there's some that are ready to be eaten on here. And they grow wild throughout here, through there, and all the way down there. But you can see, maybe you can see here, where our fig trees are at here, our garden line should actually be out here, even way out here. So all this is encroachment of the weeds and the dewberry that's coming in here. And this is a dewberry bush here, just so that you can see, hopefully you can see, it's not just the stalk that has little stickers on it, even these little branches has little thorns on it, and on the back of the leaves, all the way along the backs of the leaves here, has all these little thorns. And if this gets stuck on you, it's stuck on you, and it'll poke you pretty good. And you can see it's growing and growing, and it grows underground, pops up, and it's trying to get back into the garden. So we have to get all this back. And from here, from this log that you see here going back in there, it's probably about 30-35 feet that we have to take this back in there just so that we can get this all knocked back, because it's getting so bad so fast, because it's supposed to be in about as far as you can see it here. That's how far back in it is. This has to go back about 8 to 10 feet here back in, and then it starts to circle back in. You can see where it starts to curve in here. Maybe the camera doesn't do it justice, but right about here coming in, it's coming closer and closer and closer to me. And yeah, it's pretty bad. But you can see there's patches of trees in there. You can see the taller trees for in here. So that's about 20 feet in for this skinny tree that you see here. So this has to be knocked in all the way that far in there. And then another 5 feet past that tree, there's actually a creek that's running through from the front of our property all the way to our back of the property, where it tees into another larger creek that runs the length of our property across the back. But man, yeah, we've got to get this all knocked down. It's all part of garden related, I guess, for what you can see. Then you got these big old spots like this, because this is where the deer come through. There's little deer paths right through here. They have to be able to get into our yard to eat stuff in our garden, and this is how they want to do it, because they don't want to walk through all the dewberry either. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and you enjoy the beauty of nature and what God blesses people with. We feel totally blessed out here. And as it starts to get to the evening time out here, we're going to call it quits. I said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the updates. If there's anything particular you want to see that we may be growing that I didn't mention, like maybe our spices that we have growing outside in another flower bed, then I can do that. But for now, yeah, we're just going to enjoy this wonderful, beautiful sunset and pick some carrots and taters. So, as always, we will talk to you later.